Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews. I'm your host, Matt Spease, and today we're doing another ranking video, but this one's going to be a little bit different because on, I believe it was October 25th, a YouTuber that I greatly admire and respect, named Cody Leach, posted a Halloween timelines ranking video. And I've thought about that ever since then, and decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do my own ranking of these timelines. So shout out to Cody Leach. You can watch his video in the link above if you have not seen it. I would recommend it. Now, mine is going to be a little bit... the timelines are going to be named a little bit differently than his because he's a little bit more respectful of some of these timelines than I am. I'm going to be a little bit more honest on my naming of these timelines, but other than that, it's pretty much the same timelines that he mentioned in his video, except, I'm doing it in my own order. So what do you think? What do you think of these timelines? What is your ranking of these 10 timelines? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you like this video and would like to see me do more of these videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, let's start off with, and this is the only time you're going to hear me mentioning, in this ranking, this is the only time you're going to hear me mentioning the David Gordon Green, Danny McBride Halloween films, because you're not going to see me reviewing any of those films or doing anything involving them. Okay? Get that out right now. So, number 10 is what I call the bullshit timeline, which is, it consists of Halloween, 1978, Halloween, 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. This timeline, of course, starts off great with the original classic film. And then we are given the bullshit exposition that Michael Myers, after he fell out the window and he disappeared, he was arrested by the police, and he was taken back to the institution, and it's been there for the last 40 years. And meanwhile, Laurie Strode, who had no connection to Michael in this new timeline, becomes obsessed with the fact that Michael is coming for her. Why? You have no connection to him. It's not like... And they did this whole thing of Sarah Connor with this character. Made her all, like, oh, she's been through it. So she's become a badass now. That worked with Sarah Connor because if you watch Terminator, that woman, Sarah Connor, went through a hell of a lot more shit than Laurie Strode ever went through in the first. And this is the only one you're counting is the first Halloween. Yeah, she went through a little bit of shit, but I mean, it wasn't anything so big and extreme like frickin' Sarah Connor went through. And you saw how strong Sarah Connor had gotten by the end of the original Terminator. You didn't need to see Terminator 2 Judgment Day to realize that that woman had changed. She had become a badass. Laurie Strode did not have that. Laurie Strode got saved by Dr. Loomis and was sitting there weeping on the frickin' floor. She was a shy, quiet girl in the first film. And yet in this, she is just a totally balls to the wall, just spouting the F-bombs at every chance she gets. And it just does not feel like the Laurie Strode we met in that first film. And then Halloween Kills, not to mention Michael, even before Halloween Kills, I mean, Michael Myers in this is, they touted this film as this trilogy as being so respectful. This is a real continuation. We're ignoring all these other crappy Halloween films, and this is the real. We're respecting the original film with our version. Bullshit. That's why your Michael Myers in this, James Jude Courtney, acts more like Tyler Mane from Rob Zombie's Halloween. He may not be as big, and he may actually have a look that looks more like the classic original Michael Myers, but the way he kills, the way he, his brutality is basically just Rob Zombie's version. So yeah, that's a good way to respect the original film. And in Halloween Kills, it's even worse because, I mean, they introduce all these legacy characters from the series and they treat them all like total shit. In this film, they make them look like complete idiots. They kill off Brackett in here, which is stupid. I mean, it's an idiotic way to make him. They kill off, again, Marion. Poor Marion has been killed off in 2 different stupid fucking timelines. Lindsay only survives because they write Michael Myers like a quitter. And Michael Myers never stops. If he's after someone, he pursues them until they're freaking dead. That's how the real Michael Myers was. Unless he gets distracted, which he did not. He chased Lindsay until she hid, and then he just gave up the chase and just left. That's a Jason Voorhees thing, not a Michael Myers thing. Get your shit straight, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride. And then they made him so... I mean, originally they were saying he was a human being. He's a regular person. Now, yeah, right. A regular person could take all the damage that these freaking townsfolk did to him and just rise up, put his fucking mask on, and then just destroy them. Like that. And then walk away like there's no physical injuries to him at all. And then go and kill Karen. Bullshit. And then we get to... the ending of that, after he kills Karen, it sets up what you think is going to be Laurie pissed off and going after him. What do we get in Halloween Ends? You get none of that. She's living life, trying to live a normal life now all of a sudden, and she's writing a stupid-ass fucking memoir. Who gives a shit? This is bullshit. And so was the Corey character that they introduced in this stupid fucking film. And Michael Myers is living in the frickin' sewers and hiding out because he was injured. Now he's all hurt and looks like a frickin' hunchback, I mean, come on! This is fucking stupid. So that's why I call this the bullshit timeline. Horrible. And that's why it is in my last place as far as timelines goes. Coming in at number 9, we have the Resurrection timeline, which consists of Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, and H2O, and then Resurrection. Now, you start off 1 and 2, you're good. Pretty damn solid. Then you get to H2O. Very polarizing. Not as bad as the David Gordon Green, Danny McBride shit, but it's still... The Laurie in this is a little bit better, but I mean, she still does the dropping F-bombs and shit. That's something Laurie would have never done. I don't give a shit. And even if you include Part 2, what happened to her in Part 2? She got chased through a hospital at the very end. Very end! Wasn't like she was chased the whole fucking movie. Like, you know, they try to do this Sarah Connor bullshit with the bullshit timeline, you know, and now in this timeline, you know, they're trying to make her more tough as well. Not quite as bad as what that other timeline was, but it is bad still. And then after the movie, after the end of that one, you get Michael goes after her and kills her, and then proceeds to go back to his house. And these idiots are doing a Dangertainment reality show in his house, and he starts killing people. Who gives a shit? This timeline is trash, and the only reason it's not number 10 is because we had the bullshit timeline, and that was even worse. But now we move on to the number 8 is the H40 timeline, as Cody called it. This one consists of Halloween 1978 and Halloween 2018. And that's it. I mean, this one is a tad better than the bullshit timeline and the resurrection timeline. That's about the only thing I can say about it. The ending is just not earned. I mean, she has no connection with Michael, so who gives a shit? And the whole Sartain thing with Dr. Sartain and his bullshit twist in this in 2018 made that whole film just total trash by the end of it. And then, you know, oh, he just happened to bring Michael there, so he's right by her house. So now he's going to, just by chance, go over there and attack her, you know. Bullshit. So, with that, I am done with the David Gordon Green, Danny McBride shit. No more discussions of that. Don't have to worry about it. No more. No more. All right, coming in at number 7, we have the Rob Zombie timeline, which consists of Rob Zombie's 2007 remake and the 2009 Halloween 2. Now, Rob Zombie's Halloween starts off really rough and really bad. And then the stupid shit in the mental institution where Michael is talking and everything, and then just gets pissed off at Loomis, and that's the explanation of why he's not talking is fucking stupid. But then he escapes, and even depending on which version, I mean, they're both kind of over the top and outrageous. I mean, Michael, you know, kills off a shitload of guards like that, armed guards too. In one, and then the other one, it's the dudes are raping the girl in his room, which causes him, and he doesn't even protect the girl being raped. He only attacks them because they're screwing around with his masks. Yeah. But once you get past that and you get into the actual story on with Laurie, Scout Taylor-Compton, and Danielle Harris is Annie Brackett, and Brad Dourif's Brackett, Sheriff Brackett. And it's a pretty good Halloween film. And then it ends. And then in 2009, Rob Zombie decided to turn Malcom McDowell's Loomis into an arrogant, egotistical little prick who's just out for book sales. And then he turns Laurie into a complete nut job. especially in the director's cut. Now, I didn't mind it as much in the theatrical version because they did it a little bit smarter there. She's messed up by the events that happened to her in the 2007 film, but she's not where she's just completely batshit crazy. She doesn't lose it until she reads Loomis's book. So, if we're counting the theatrical cut, I mean, this might be even higher on my list because it wasn't, other than the stupid shit with the white horse and his mother, where they're giving, Michael Myers Jason Voorhees vibes. He's a mama's boy and everything. That's not freaking Michael Myers, dude. But I'm more lenient toward Rob Zombie's thing because it wasn't trying to ape off of the success of the original film and continue forward and try and create its own soft reboot of the timelines, the way that H2O and the other aforementioned Never to Be Mentioned Again did. So that's why this is my number 7 on my list. Now, coming in at number 6, we have the H2O timeline, which includes Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, and H2O. Now, this one, again, starts off really well with the first 2 films, and then you get to H2O. And I've already mentioned how it's a little bit better the way that Laurie is represented in this. And her best scene, basically, is where she actually feels more like an older version of the real Laurie, is when she's talking to her new boyfriend, her fellow teacher at the school, and everything. And she talks about Michael and everything. That was a pretty good scene. And if she had played it like that throughout the rest of the film and not been this, whole confronting her son, John, and doing the...
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Mom, I'm really uncomfortable with you saying that
Well,
word.
then don't put me in the position, John.
I mean, that's just not Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode would never go there. Not the one we met in the original film, and not even the one in part 2, So, this one is better than some of the other timelines. That's why I got it at 6, but still not the best timeline. Coming in at number 5, we have the Cult of Thorn timeline, which includes Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, and then Halloween 4, 1988, Halloween 5, 1989, and then Halloween 6 from 1995. Now, this one is a really good timeline, going from 1 to 2 to 4, and then when you get to 5, stuff starts to fall apart. The introduction to the Man in Black was an intriguing thing in that, and that was probably one of the better moments in part 5. And yet, the reveal in 6 is probably the weakest part of 6. 6 is the better film out of the 2. It is a better film than part 5, but them not knowing where the fuck they wanted to go by the end of the film, and having 2 different endings to this thing, and then the director's complete disrespect of Donald Pleasence, to where once Donald Pleasence had passed away, he decides, he's a boring character. Let's cut out some of his scenes and let's just focus more on Tommy. which Tommy Doyle was all right in this. I disagree with Cody on that, where he thinks that Paul Rudd's version of Tommy was bad in his performance. I actually thought he was good. But the ending with 6 is just so polarized. You know, it's just so polarizing to where it's just all over the place, and it just, some people like the movie, some people hate the movie, some people are like me where I'm in the middle, and I think Cody's the same way with his. But yeah, this timeline just does not make the top. It's my number 5, but it's not in the top 4. Now, coming into our top 4 timelines. Coming in at number 4, we have the Silver Shamrock timeline. Now, in this timeline, there is just one film, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And yeah, it works as a pretty good, because it's a good standalone film. If it wouldn't have had the Halloween name attached to it, I think it would have been a much more popular film in the beginning to start. Now, lately it has generated more popularity in recent years, which is good. I think it deserves it. Because whenever the movie came out and everything, I did not hate it. I did not, dislike it. I just thought it does not have a place in the Halloween franchise. But, yeah, as a timeline on its own, 3 works pretty good. I love 3. I love Tom Atkins. I love Danielle Harris. I mean, he is awesome as Colonel Cochran. So, yeah, that makes my number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 3, we have the timeline that I call the Night He Came Home timeline, which is Halloween 1978 and Halloween 2, 1981. And that's it. The ending to Halloween 2, where Loomis lights it up and blows it up and Michael comes out on fire and falls down, that's the ending. It's over right there. That is, it works well as a really good timeline, because you do have a definitive end. You could say that is the end of the story. That is it. And it all takes place in one night, which is really cool. That's why it's a good title, The Night He Came Home timeline, because it's all one night that it happens in. So, that one's my number 3. Because it's a pretty strong timeline. It really is. Coming in at number 2, we have what I call the Halloween timeline. Now, this one just consists of the 1978 original film. And that's it. Now, this was a timeline that, to my knowledge, this timeline was kind of thought up by another great YouTuber out there, Dave McRae. And I think this timeline works similar to the way that the Night He Came Home timeline does. Halloween just has its own little bit of an issues that I never mentioned in my review, so I might as well mention them here. Michael is so consistent as a killer that he's just, when he attacks someone, he kills them. Until that scene when he comes up behind Laurie in the doorway. He raises the knife, comes down. As consistently as he's been throughout this movie, he should have stabbed her in the back. He should have stabbed her in the freaking back of the head. any way that is lethal. What does he do? Carves across her arm. What convenient plot armor for Jamie Lee Curtis there. And then it doesn't end there either. You know, we have later on, when she's by the couch, she grabs the knitting needle, and he raises up and goes to stab again, and he completely stabs into the couch, completely misses her, and then she's given the chance to stab him with the knitting needle. And the closet scene is the same way. It's a great little shot until you start noticing that once he bashes out the pieces, all he has to do is stab straight down to get her. She's down on the floor. What do they have him doing? They have him swinging up in the air and getting his hands caught in the hangers and knocking the hangers all over the place. And that gives her the chance to get the hanger and jam it into his eye. And then he drops the knife. And it's just like, why was he so consistent as a killer? Why, John Carpenter, did you write him so consistent as a killer and then start writing in ways for him to be completely idiotic and doesn't know what the hell he's doing? I mean, the easiest way to do that, if you want to protect your girl, make her smart. Don't make her just lucky that he's missing. You know, like when he comes through the door, it should have been, you know, something like, you know, she senses he's there and goes to turn, and then she gets slashed and falls over the railing, you know. Makes sense then. Same way with whenever he stabs down from the couch, you know. He goes to stab at her, she dodges out of the way, backs up, and then she stabs him in the neck. You know, I mean, come on. But yeah. The original film does have its issues when it comes to the finale. Which I've noticed upon multiple viewings of this film. You know, because I love the film, but, you know, when you notice these things, it's just hard not to look at him and go, what the hell was he thinking when he wrote this like this? And finally, coming in at number 1, the definitive Halloween timeline for me is what I call the return timeline, which consists of Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, and Halloween, The Return of Michael Myers from 1988. Now, if you didn't want to go with The Night He Came Home timeline and end it with part 2, this one completely ends in a perfect ending because he touches Jamie at the very end. His evil is transferred over to her. He stands up. He's a human now. Meeker and his posse end up shooting the shit out of him. And then he falls down into the mine shaft, and then it collapses and buries his ass. Loomis even says it later.
Yes. Michael Myers is in hell now. Buried where he belongs.
And then you get that kick-ass ending where Jamie puts the mask on, grabs the scissors, and stabs Darlene, her foster mother, to death. In my idea of the way this ends. Not like that bullshit explanation of part 5 where they completely, that didn't happen. She just stabbed her. She didn't kill her. She just hurt her. She's okay now. Bullshit. She stabbed that woman and she just kept stabbing. It was like a repeat of the original movie when he stabbed Judith. That's what she did there. She just jabbed the shit out of her with those scissors until she was dead. And then the ending with Loomis, the whole...
No! No!
That is the kick-ass ending to a great series right there. As many of you know from my Halloween rankings, as you can see up in here, if you haven't seen it, links right there. The Halloween 4 is my favorite of all time Halloween films. So this timeline is the best to me. But what do you guys think? What is your ranking of all 10 of the Halloween timelines? Do you agree with my rankings? Do you agree with Cody's rankings? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help my channel out a lot. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.